Alright boys, week 1 of 75 hard is finally over. Now if you're just clicking on this video and you don't know who I am, basically for my first time in my life I am doing 75 hard, and it is the hardest thing I've ever done, and I'm being completely honest with myself throughout this whole process, and I'm just ready to make a change for my life. In this video I'm gonna go through what I did in week 1, the things I noticed changed about my life, and my plans for week 2. I'm gonna explain what I need to do in order to become my version of successful, and how you can adopt these strategies to your life so that you can be successful yourself. I have a lot of plans in entrepreneurship, and I have plans to do great things in this life, and I am learning that actions speak louder than words. I'm learning that you need to take charge so that you can achieve the things that you want to achieve, and there's no other way that you're going to do so other than just diving into it. Speaking of diving into it, boys, let's get right into the video. Before we do though, make sure to drop a like. It takes 5 seconds. I'll count down with you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright boys, do that. Subscribe. Do everything you can to support the channel. Let's get right into it, boys. Alright, so this is what I was doing in week 1 and will be doing in week 2. So on and so forth. Only things I'm subtracting are things that don't really have value to my life, or adding. That's all I'm doing in this 75 hard. So this is what I did in week 1 and what I'm planning to continue in week 2. So in week 1, I was working out every single day, even if it was a 30 to 45 minute run. I did not miss a day, and I worked out every single day. Brushing my teeth twice a day. So you guys are probably like, oh, you already should be brushing your teeth twice a day. Twice a day as in a full session, twice a day. Like whitening, mouthwash, everything twice a day. I was using 2 toothpastes, one for clearing and then one for whitening. It's like this 2-step process, and I was doing this twice a day, and my teeth are already getting there. The next thing I did all week, which kind of shifted my life because it was the hardest challenge, but I did it, was committing 30 minutes to YouTube every day. Now I have multiple videos ready to go. If you guys don't already know, YouTube is my biggest passion. It is my biggest project that I'm working on, and it is the business that I want to succeed the most. So I committed 30 minutes to YouTube every single day, at least 30 minutes, and I found a lot of success in it. The next thing I did, I kind of already do this, but I just added it to my 75 hard so that I could hold myself accountable, was upload on all of my theme pages and all of my Instagram pages. So anything business-wise, anything just that has to do with growth, I uploaded on those pages. TikTok, all those pages, uploaded on every one of them every single day, sometimes twice a day. So I've completely crushed that section just because I was already doing it before. It's one of my businesses that I'm in, which is like I have theme pages, I have different fitness accounts, I have different things that I'm doing, so that kind of just continued as normal, but now I get to hold myself accountable, which is really cool. The next thing is more of a job thing, but I'm doing this 7 days a week because I do work in sales, so there's no cap to how much I can make, and I'm not going to use a time to make money, so I committed myself to 50 calls a day and 200 points of activity total. Points of activity is like sending out an email or a text. So I did all 3 of those things combined for a total of 200 points of activity every day. I did notice an increase in contact and an increase in sales, and I made way more money this week than I have in a while. So now we're going to move on to what I noticed when I was doing these things. I noticed that I've actually been doing these kind of things, but now I get to be super consistent, and I get to tally and hold myself accountable. So I've always been doing these things, but I would miss a day, I'd miss 2 days, it would kind of just fall off in the back of my head. But now I have it written down, what I need to do, and now if I do it every day, by the end of the 75 days, the results are going to be crazy, especially with my YouTube channel. So very excited to see where that goes now that I get to hold myself accountable. The next thing I noticed, which is a positive, is that I'm more tired at night and I get better sleep. My day is filled now. I'm never bored. I'm always working physically or mentally. So hitting that bed and getting that 8 hours is very easy now. I don't have late nights where I'm just up all night. Getting those 8 hours are very nice and very comfortable. I wake up really good now. Probably because I have a purpose. It feels like I have a purpose. The next thing I also noticed was that I am way more organized now that things are being written down. I'm able to kind of track my project progress and just not lose track of things over time. So I'm definitely very happy that that is something that has been an addition to 75 hard. So my goals for week 2. I'm continuing everything from week 1, and week 2 is only going to be things that I'm adding. Now these are going to be more in the mental health space, just because I did not focus on that in week 1, and I'm kind of going crazy, boys. But yeah, let me tell you guys what I'm going to add in week 2. Week 2, I'm going to start reading a book, this one specifically by Jordan Belfort, Way of the Wolf. It was recommended to me by my boss. It is a sales book, and yeah, this guy's like the Michael Jordan of sales, so I'm going to read the book. I'm committing myself to one full chapter every single day. Some of these chapters spread for pages and pages, like 40 pages or so, so definitely going to read this book every single day, one chapter minimum. The next thing I'm going to do is spend time with God. If you don't believe in God, pretty much meditate. So I'm going to spend 10 minutes non-negotiable with God. I personally believe in God, so I'm going to spend 10 minutes with God. You can call it meditation, but I want to strengthen my relationship with God, and I want to speak to Him. I want to feel like I have a personal connection with God. So definitely going to be doing that, committing 10 minutes a day, every day. Now, this is my biggest focus for week 2. I've been lonely, boys. Life has not been good to me lately. I'm going to focus on lust retention, if you guys know what I mean. I'm going to go the whole week without any of it, and I'm going to go the next 75 days with none at all. I'm going to try my best. I found the trigger, which is loneliness. I'm extremely lonely. So I'm going to fill my time with love. I'm going to fill my time with friends, so that I don't get those thoughts and I can retent from them. I can have retention. So that is the next thing that I'm doing in week 2 as well. On top of that, in order to combat that as well, I'm going to do 5 minutes of self-love affirmation. I notice in my brain, I kind of speak bad about myself if I don't do something right, and we're going to change that this year. We're gonna 5 minutes. I'm just going to look in the mirror, call myself handsome, call myself smart. I'm going to say that I can do it. I'm going to constantly throughout the day speak good about myself and come off as confident, because that's part of the change. We want to change by the end of these 75 days, and I need to learn self-love. Now, the last thing, which is kind of a hard challenge because most of my businesses are on this, but I'm going to get my screen time down to 3 hours daily. I can't go any lower than that because unfortunately most of my businesses are ran on my phone, but I'm going to bring my screen time down for anything unnecessary and really just hone in on not scrolling, not doing anything bad. So to recap, week 1 was really good in terms of productivity. I did a lot of the physical things I needed to do. Week 2 is going to just add things on top that will refine my mental space, and we'll see what happens in week 3. I'm going to be making these videos every single week to hold myself accountable, so if you want to follow the journey, definitely make sure to drop a sub below. It is free, I promise you. And yeah, let's see how this journey goes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in 2 more days because we're doing a video every other day. Peace out, boys.